Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're talking about the full moon in Aries that is coming up on September the 24th at 10:52 p.m. Eastern time. So it may fall on the 25th depending where you are in the world. Powerful full moon always signals a time to release and let go of what is no longer serving you in your life. Say hi if you're joining me live. Hello Christy, welcome. If you are new to me, my name is Cara Melendi. I'm an astrologer, goddess mentor, helping you co-create magic with the universe, release any limiting beliefs and old energetic patterns that are not serving you. Hello Allie and Joanne, welcome. welcome. I'm outside today at my sister's and it is actually cold out here. I'm like, oh my goodness, I really want to do this video outside, and I'm like kind of shaking. It's so cold, but it's fitting. We're now in the fall season. It is fall equinox. We have the sun in the sign of Libra as well, and we're really putting the focus and energy now on relationships, on balance, on harmony, on fairness and justice, all the things that Libra represents. And at the time of the full moon, we of course have that opposition between the sun in the sign of Libra and then the moon in Aries, and anytime it's a full moon, it's always that opposition. So there's always this pull in energy, and with this full moon we're dealing with the Aries energy, which is about being really strong in who you are. It's about independence. It's about taking initiative to manifest your goals, make things happen. And then we have the Libra energy, which is about harmony, fairness and justice. So part of the balance that we're looking at is this balance between being really strong in who I am and what I want to manifest, what I want to achieve in the world, but at the same time existing harmoniously in my relationships and looking at any sacrifices or changes that I need to make in my relationships. And that's always an ongoing balance, right? It's like, how do I stay strong in who I am and what I want and what I need? But then in our relationships, it involves some type of sacrifice as well. So that's really coming into focus with the full moon. I'm just going to read some of these comments. Hi Sherry, how are you? Say hi if you're jumping in now. Let me see, scroll this down. Rashi, sending love to you, goddess. Thank you. Hello Caitlin, welcome. Mike saying he's feeling much better, more in flow this last week. Awesome. Yeah. Well, the energies are really shifting now for sure. We're like seeing a major change in many ways with being like out of eclipse season now, seeing more of the planets go direct. So we're really building up momentum, although we are preparing for the Venus retrograde. And that's going to be a big thing where we really go within and we start to reflect on, what do I value in the world? What is it that I really love? How am I contributing? How am I giving back? So that's not happening yet, and I will do a whole other video on that because that is a big thing. Anytime we have the personal planets go retrograde, it is really good to look at what it represents, where that's falling in your chart, and how that's going to affect you. Hello Vanna, how are you? Hello Larry. So say hi if you're just jumping in now. So let's take a closer look at this full moon in Aries. It's a powerful one, and it's ruled by Mars. So the ruler of this full moon is Mars, and that's why I titled this video Connecting to Your Warrior Spirit. Because Mars is all about being really strong in who you are. It's about taking that initiative. So we can channel this Aries energy right now to look at, where do I need to take initiative in my life? Where is it time for me to take action? Because Aries in its highest form of expression is all about embracing a challenge because it knows it can transcend it. It knows it can rise above it. So it's not afraid of hardships. It's not afraid of challenges. When it wants something, it set its mind to it and just takes action to get it done. So collectively right now, we can really harness that and look at an area in our life where we may be holding back, where there may be some fears that are emerging, and we can take a look at, how can I rise above that? How can I transcend that fear and know that I have the strength and power within me to achieve what I desire and to move past any obstacles? So it's a powerful full moon, and we now have Mars direct too, right? Mars was such a focus throughout the summer months where it was retrograding, and we were seeing like a lot of internal things come to the surface, a lot of frustrations for many people. We were seeing anger surfacing that needed to be released, and now Mars is back back in Aquarius, it's moving forward, so we're really starting to see like our energy build as well, and we're having this desire to like really take a look at what are some of the goals that I'm working on in my life right now, and how can I take action to really build momentum in those areas and take it from like a dream into a reality. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions around this full moon. I also invite you to share this out as well, and also feel free to share with me below, what are you releasing in the full moon energy? So anytime there's a full moon, we see things come to culmination. So even think back to some of the intentions that you were setting at the new moon in Virgo. What were you working on creating? And now the full moon is a time to check in again. And it's seeing things come to culmination, but it's also a check-in to look at, what do I now need to release? So what do I need to let go of in order to achieve my goals? So it's a beautiful time for just releasing what isn't working anymore. And EFT or tapping is one of my favorite ways to like shift that energy, to let it go. Sometimes simply just having the awareness and setting the intention and noticing what isn't working in your life anymore, whether it's an old habit, an old pattern of thought, an old relationship, and just setting the intention that you can now release it and you can now let it go, so you can align with what you desire. I'm on my phone here, so it's a little harder to see some of the comments, but I'm going to see what I can do here to answer any of your questions. And of course, I always go back and look over them as well. So feel free to share with me what you are releasing in this energy, and I will hold that energetic space for you. Okay, so we talked a little bit about this opposition with the Aries energy being strong in who I am, the Libra energy about harmony, about community, about finding that sense of balance in our life. And we also have this T-square that is happening. So we have the opposition with the sun and the moon, and they're both squaring Saturn. And Saturn is all about structure. And we have Saturn in Capricorn right now. Saturn is also direct, so again, we're feeling like we're gaining a little bit more discipline in achieving our goals now as well, because Saturn was retrograding. So now that we have Saturn direct too, with this like ruler of the Aries moon being Mars, we're seeing like where we may need some more discipline in our life, because sometimes that really comes into play as well. Like, what do I need to be? I don't want to say more strict, although that would be a very Saturn like word, being strict, but it really is, where do I need that discipline and follow through to get to where I want to go? And it's kind of a very practical energy as well on how we're looking at our goals when we're talking about Aries and we're talking about the Saturn energy coming into the mix. And also with Libra and Aries, it's cardinal energy. So it is about, what do I need to take that initiative on? How can I make changes in my life to put these new things into place? And you know, when we look at discipline too, it may just be like those small changes in your routine. Like, I'm going to take time to meditate each morning. I'm going to take time for my journaling practice. I'm going to take time to energetically tune in to what I need, to where my intuition is guiding me. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to take that action, because aligning your energy first and being in energetic alignment will speak so much louder than your actions. It's all about getting that energetic alignment. Caitlin is releasing my need to know how the future will play out. Oh, beautiful, right? That surrender and trust. I hear you, Caitlin. Always something I'm working on. And one of my favorite mantras is, as I let go of those things that no longer serve me, I create space for new experiences. So it's always about like, yeah, that releasing and surrendering while focusing on what we can control in our life. Allie, releasing fear-based thinking, letting go of these thoughts which hold me back. Also, oh, it's so hard to read these comments on my phone. Let me see if I can get that. I can give likes now from my phone. Awesome. I think more healthy, you were saying more healthy options for your body or with your diet. Anyway, I'm going to go back and read all of these and holding that space for you for sure. I also love to charge my crystals in the full moon as well. It's super helpful to like put them out and just really focus on bringing in that lunar energy, really harnessing that in your life, and yeah, just calling that in. Okay, so I'm just gonna look here and see what else is happening in the cosmos if I missed anything. Okay, so we have the Mars squaring Uranus, and this is a big thing too, because since Mars is the ruler of the full moon. And this has been ongoing since May, where we've seen this in effect. And this can bring up a little bit of tension in our lives, a little bit of frustration that things aren't moving at the pace that we want. It can also, it's been bringing like sudden changes for many people. And sometimes this is like in our career, in our finances, but anytime we have Uranus involved, we never know how that change is going to unfold. We just know that it's going to be unpredictable, it's going to be unexpected. And at the time of the full moon, we still have this in play. So it's going to affect us all differently, but when it's used in its highest form of expression, we can really channel this to give us the energy we need in order to make those changes in our life around things that we know are not working. Because often we talk about clarity, and I work with this with my clients as well, because in order to manifest what we desire, there's a certain amount of clarity that we need. If we don't know what we want, how can the universe deliver? How can we take action? So we definitely need that clarity, but I think we all have it if we're being honest with ourselves. There can be some fear around getting really clear about what we want, because we know in our heart that we are powerful creators, and if we get super clear on what we want to call into our experience, we know it can happen and that things can move quickly. So I think often when there's a lack of clarity there, it's more a fear that's behind it. It's a fear about, if I'm really clear, then I know the momentum's going to pick up. So actually what it can be signaling is that fear of success. It is that fear of our own power and what we can create. So this square between Mars and Uranus can help give us that passion and that energy to make changes in our life, right? And to, again, the Aries energy, take that initiative. It's also very much a leadership energy. So stepping up and realizing the power that we have in our life, and we often have more control than we recognize, right? And we get into a place of anxiety when we're too focused on what we can control. But if we really look at, I can control my thoughts, I can control my response to situations, I can shift my energy so I can align with what I desire. What else do we need to control, right? We have all the control we need when we recognize how powerful we really are. So say hi if you are just jumping in, welcome. We read some of these comments here. Deborah, Claudia, hello, we got Wendy. So if you are wanting a private reading, I do those as well. So feel free to reach out if you want me to take a deeper look at your chart. And then as part of the Cosmic Goddess program, so there's 4 spots remaining for the Cosmic Goddess if you want to jump in on that. Astrology is part of it, but it's so much deeper. It's all about multi-dimensional manifestation, and you're going to be learning to access the magic of your Akashic records, how to harness this wisdom and this energy and use that in your manifestation. So as part of that, you actually get an in-depth astrology reading, which is a look at your soul blueprint and how you can work with your unique soul blueprint to manifest what you desire in your life. So you're actually harnessing your unique superpowers, your intuitive gifts, and working with that. So send me a message if you want the details on that, and if you feel it's a good fit with where you are now, what you're creating in your life, what you want to call in. Hello, Jenny and Ruth. Let me take a look here. Because since I'm on my phone, I can't pull up my chart on my phone, but I did make some notes in my journal. This is one of my favorite journals. Let me see. Probably see me post pictures of this a lot. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. So I made some notes here on what was happening in the cosmos on that day of the full moon. All right, so we talked a little bit, yes, so Venus is about to retrograde. Venus is also going to be sextiling Saturn and trining Neptune at the time of the full moon. So this is really great too, because we have the ruler of the full moon being Mars, and it really is that masculine energy that we need to take initiative and that we need to take action. But then we have the sun in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. So we kind of have the masculine and feminine energies both coming into play as well. So this is really good for trusting your intuition to guide you in these actions. It's about connecting with your higher self and trusting as you connect to your intuition, you know what is in your highest and best good. Like often the confusion can come when we're looking outside of us. The indecisiveness comes when we look outside of us, when really our intuition, our soul, our heart knows what is best for us. It knows what is in alignment. So this aspect at the time of the full moon is also about leading with love, leading with compassion, and allowing intuition to guide you as you take that initiative and as you take inspired action in your life. And also looking at, hi Kate, how are you? It's my sister Kate here. I'm actually in her backyard right now. Well, she's out doing some shopping. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Welcome, Goddess. Welcome. We got Rosen here. Welcome. And Crystal. Hello, hello. Lori, thank you for the hearts. So it is looking at how am I balancing those masculine and feminine energies in my life? Am I too much in the masculine energy of drive, of I have to make things happen, of relying on my strength alone? And do I need to balance that with the divine feminine, which is all about surrender, which is all about trust and knowing that things are unfolding exactly as they're meant to in divine timing? How am I balancing those energies? Also with the divine feminine, which Venus rules over, right? The divine feminine in astrology, it is looking at my ability to receive. So once I put a desire out to the universe, am I then stepping back and am I allowing it to flow through me and to come to me? Or am I too much in that state and I need to harness this energy of the divine masculine, Mars ruling the divine masculine, and do my part to take initiative? And of course, we work best when those energies are balanced. And what that balance looks like, oh, I got hair in my mouth. What that balance looks like is really, it's different for each of us. It's a very independent thing, and we need to ask ourselves, and it can even change throughout life, is how can I get into that flow? Because that will help your manifesting as well, right? We need to be able to receive. We need to be in touch with the creative part of us. We need to rest. But then there's also a time to take action. Once we've done the energetic work, we know we're in alignment. We know what we want to create. We have space to receive, taking action to then make that happen. Oh, hello, Sonia. Hello, Goddess. And Tamara, hello. And Sarah, welcome. Yes, Rosen, once it's posted, you can go back to the start for sure. All right, so I am going to wrap this up today. If you want to learn more about the Cosmic Goddess, reach out. I would love to have you on this journey with me, or if you're interested in a reading, you're welcome to reach out as well. Truly is your soul blueprint. Learning to work with that and harness that, you'll easily create magic and miracles in your life, because that's what you're here to do. That's exactly what you are made to do. And that looks different for each of us depending where we are in our journey, and also past lifetimes, right? Our soul has a unique journey, each of us, and we all come in with our own strengths and talents, and we are given everything we need to manifest all the things we desire. It's just learning to harness and work with that energy. Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out today. Full moon blessings to you all. Sending love and light, and I will see you very soon. Bye.